Now, usually what I do about this time is I have a rant that I go on, but I'm going to spend this opportunity here to spotlight someone. There's a animator or artist. There's a content creator by the name of Joshua Leonard. Joshua Leonard was born to a military family in Miami, youngest of three boys, lived everywhere from Alaska to DC before finally settling to Mississippi. The reason why we're focusing on Joshua is because Joshua is getting ready to embark on an animated series called Team Supreme. It is currently in development with ambitions to be picked up by Netflix, and it's about a crime-fighting group of special needs kids whose disabilities doubles as superpowers. Just a few members of the roster, we have Zeke, who is an autistic young African-American male with elite memory intellect and a mind that can see everything. Lee is a witty Asian American girl who, while born blind, has a super sense of smell and other enhanced senses thanks to her cross-modal neuroplastic disorder. Sweet Pea, who is Zeke's little sister, has sickle cell disease, but also a melting hearts superpower that allows her to manipulate minds to make any adult or child more loving, understanding, and humble. They are part of Team Supreme, an animated series about a crime-fighting group of special needs kids whose disabilities double as superpowers, currently in development with producers Lena Waithe and Jason Weaver. I really hope this series gets picked up. It should be amazing. It's really going to spotlight and bring new awareness to other disorders and diseases and just everything that the show's involved in. Shout out to this blurred here, Joshua Leonard. We here at DYSG, sir, cannot wait to see your finished product, and we will be a fan and following from this point going forward. Shout out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, blurreds and nerds, freaks and geeks, live from DYSG Studios. This is Do You Speak Geek, episode 51. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all had a good week. I've had a pretty good week so far. Welcome to Do You Speak Geek? I am your host, Nix. Thanks to everyone who has been listening thus far. And if you are new to the podcast, welcome 100 times welcome. Please be sure to check out the previous episodes and all other episodes on Spreaker. Spreaker is the home team where you can download and view and listen to all the episodes of Do You Speak Geek. Please be sure to go there and subscribe, like, and leave comments. I want to know what you guys are thinking out there. Also, other major podcast outlets like Apple Podcast and Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher. We're kind of everywhere. So check us out there wherever you have that opportunity to listen to your podcast. DoYouSpeakGeek.com, the central hub for everything DYSG. Please be sure to check us out there. Follow us on the social medias, Facebook at DYSGFB, Twitter at DYSG_tweets, and Instagram at Do You Speak Geek. YouTube is the only place where you can find the Dono and Daddy Show. Please be sure to subscribe, like, Hulk, smash that bell for all notifications, and leave your comments. We want to know what you guys think. Be sure when you guys are viewing us, hit that thumbs up, like those videos. It really helps the channel when you do that. Nothing really big this week. Nothing really huge happened this week, I would say that. So we're just going to jump right into my favorite portion of the show. Y'all already know what it is. Source Wall.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Behold the Source Wall.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends.
There is nothing wrong with reading a story and looking at the pictures.
Enough said, my man Stan. Let's get right into it. The pull list this week, we have Rorschach #1. It's been 35 years since Ozymandias dropped a giant interdimensional squid on New York City, killing thousands and destroying the public's trust in heroes once and for all. And since that time, one figure in a fedora, mask, and trench coat has become a divisive cultural icon. So what does it mean when Rorschach reappears as an assassin trying to kill a candidate running against President Robert Redford? Who is the man behind the mask? And why is he acting this way? It's up to one detective to uncover the true identity of this would-be killer, and it will take him into a web of conspiracies involving alien invasions, disgraced do-gooders, mystic visions, and yes, comic books. This was the pick of the week, so be sure to check this one out when you get a chance. You will not be disappointed. Commanders in Crisis #1. The last survivors of the multiverse live among us under new superheroic identities. 5 survivors of doomed worlds, taking a second chance to ensure our lives live on. A new twist on strange superhero comics with a bleeding edge eye on the modern moment. Commanders in Crisis follows in the footsteps of Doom Patrol and Thunderbolts as 5 unexpected heroes come together to solve a murder mystery unlike any other. The victim? Compassion itself. This is Ideacide. Pretty good book, I will say. Can't wait to see what it spins out into in the next coming issue, so be on the lookout for that one. New Mutants 13. It is the chapter 7 of X-Swords. I haven't really covered X-Swords here because from the jump it seemed like a very exhausting title and very exhausting event, but this one kind of helps out a little bit. Diligence, Discipline, a Sword of Itself. So be sure to check this one out. And we have We Live #1. The year is 2084 and the world has changed. Racked by calamities and crawling with monsters, the last remaining humans face a dangerous existence. And now, the Earth has been sent a message from the deepest reaches of space. A dark countdown to the extinction of all humanity. But there is hope. 5,000 children will be rescued by these mysterious message senders. This is the journey of Hototo, one of the lucky 5,000, but only if his teenage sister, Talia, can safely deliver him to the nearest beacon before time runs out. Gotta save the world, save this kid. So we got some Source Wall news. Dragon Ball Super will come with a new arc after Moro ends. Now, I don't cover a lot of manga here, but I definitely want to make sure I cover this story. Dragon Ball Super has kept fans guessing for the past 2 years, and the anime series abruptly ended when the manga kept pushing forward with a new arc. That arc has been the Galactic Patrol prisoner and introduced the villain Moro, and made some pretty significant advancements in the Dragon Ball universe, significant enough that fans have been wondering if this Moro arc is the end of Dragon Ball Super as we know it. Well, we know now it's not going to be the case. From V-Jump editor Victory Uchida, we got a nice bullet point list, and be sure to check that out on Twitter when you get a chance, of what's going on in Dragon Ball Super. And it seems that the Moro arc is indeed getting ready to end, and a brand new arc is going to be ready to launch. In fact, Uchida, it seems the Dragon Ball Super team should be meeting some point this week in order to finalize the details of the manga's next arc. There are no details about how big in scope or long the arc will be, but at least we know that Dragon Ball Super will be continuing. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I've been reading, I guess, Cliff Notes versions, if you want to call it that, of the manga and seeing what's going on with Moro. He seems to be a pretty BA character, so we're going to keep an eye out for that, and let's see what they have coming up next. Hopefully we can get some animated series going on here, folks. We need to see some Kamehameha waves, some Big Bangs. We need to see all that going on the big screen, or maybe even the small screen, whatever the case may be, but let's just see what we got coming up soon. Now, this one was a pretty big story. Let's just get to it. So, DC announces the Future State event. Now, in January and February of next year, the current DC Comics lineup will take a pause, and we will get a vision of new heroes, new villains, and a new status quo that will define the new DC Comics multiverse. DC Future Slate will be offering some pretty intriguing new concepts, along with some pretty eye-catching visuals, courtesy of some very talented creative teams. Now, if you all know, this is nothing more than them moving forward with 5G anyway. So, I said I want to see it. I guess we're going to see it. It spotlights the world's greatest heroes in fresh new roles with all new characters taking up their iconic mantles. DC Future State features an incredible array of creative talent, combining award-winning writers and artists with new voices from the worlds of TV, movies, and animation. In March 2021, the regular DC lineup will resume, continuing existing storylines from 2020 and introducing new arcs for the year. In Future State, the multiverse has been saved from the brink of destruction, but the triumph of DC's heroes has shaken loose the very fabric of space and time. The final chapter of Dark Knight's Death Metal, which goes on sale January 5th, brings new life to DC's multiverse, kicking off this glimpse into new unwritten worlds of DC's future. Many titles will be tackled in this. We have Batman, Superman, The League, Wonder Woman. We're even going to get Nubia. Yo, right? A Nubia book. It's about time. Nubia book. Can't wait to see that. DC Future State should be pretty dope. They're going to pick up right after the 2-month event in March with the continuing arcs of what's going to end at the end of this year. So for the first 2 months of next year, we get some fresh new stories. Hopefully they're not dumb and they're exciting and they keep us interested. And hopefully we get this world maybe even introduced into canon. We'll see what happens. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Take a little pause for the calls, and we'll be right back with more DYSG. Welcome back, everybody. Let's jump into Watch This.
Watch this, y'all. Thunder. Thunder.
Lannister always pays his debts.
Whoa, dude.
I am the villain of the story.
All right, people, watch this news. Monster Hunter movie trailer has been revealed. This trailer was dope. The first official trailer for the upcoming Monster Hunter film starring Mila Jovovich and Tony Jaa has been released. The movie, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, is set to be released on December 30th and adapts the popular Capcom video game franchise to the big screen. The trailer specifically shows off how Captain Artemis and her team of soldiers are transported to the monster-filled world of, well, Monster Hunter. The crux of the film seems to be the gateway to the Earth they came from, needing to be closed to prevent the monsters from getting through, and it looks as if Artemis and the rest will need to use some classic Monster Hunter weaponry to take on big critters like the famous Rathalos. This is going to be fire. I can't wait to see this movie. It's going to be dope. Moving on. So, Tatiana Maslany has denied that she has been cast as She-Hulk. Kind of weird, right? So, while speaking to the Sudbury Star to promote her new film, Maslany claimed that she won't be playing Jennifer Walters at all. Her quote is, "That actually isn't a real thing, and it's like a press release that's gotten out of hand," Maslany said. "It's totally not. I've been connected to these things in the past, and the press has gotten onto it, but it's actually not a thing. Unfortunately, I don't know how these things get. I don't know. You know better. I have no idea." Now, the original She-Hulk casting report came from Variety. Now, this is an outlet that's not in the habit of getting things wrong. Additionally, Mark Ruffalo and She-Hulk showrunner Jessica Gao both responded to Variety's story with congratulatory messages. Ruffalo may be out of the loop, but Gao should know who's starting her show, right? But, again, it's not uncommon for Marvel Studios actors to downplay reports about whom they're playing. I mean, we all know Paul Rudd and Brie Larson both denied their roles until an official press release came from Marvel. That said, the original report was not like a press release, so we'll see what happens there. I mean, hopefully she will eventually take that role. I hope she does, because she's an incredible actress, but we'll see what happens. Michael B. Jordan, yes, is going to produce the Static Shock film for DC Universe. Yes, I cannot wait. Oh, man. So Black Panther star Michael B. Jordan is set to produce the film alongside Reginald Hutting. Quote, "I'm proud to be part of building a new universe centered around black superheroes. Our community deserves that," Jordan told The Hollywood Reporter. Outlier Society is committed to bringing life to diverse comic book content across all platforms, and we are excited to partner with Reggie and Warner Brothers on this initial step. The Hollywood Reporter seemingly suggests the Static Shock film could be the center of a new cinematic universe produced by Jordan and his Outlier Society banner. Outlier will be in the creative center of Static Feature, and for Jordan, a comic book fan himself, this is an opportunity for not only some world building, but to be directly involved in franchise building. Should be the first movie to spark a hit multi-platform franchise that could be born. Hopefully this kicks off the Milestone universe, and people, this is the stuff of dreams right here. This is the stuff that Blurred's dream about happening. And with Michael B. Jordan putting his name behind the kickoff for this thing, it's a pretty big deal, and we can't wait to see what happens with this. Let's get into Thumb Life.
Peace, love, and video games!
It's on like Donkey Kong.
That man is playing Galaga.
Alright gamers, let's talk about DLC and next-gen versions of Marvel's Avengers getting delayed. Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics have delayed the next major updates for Marvel's Avengers, pushing the next-gen versions into next year, and additionally delaying the game's DLC characters Kate Bishop. We were supposed to see that at some time at the end of this month here in October, but it seems like we're going to have to wait a little while longer. However, studio head Scott Amos apologized for the slight delay to the Kate Bishop DLC, but explained that it is due to ensuring new content is given the time for extensive internal testing. Quote, with this in mind, we have decided to push Kate Bishop's operation launch back a bit out of October, but no new date has been given for the new character's debut. While the next-gen versions with optimized upgrades won't arrive for a while, Amos does note that playing the current gen versions on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles will benefit from improved frame rates and faster loading times. These are issues that Avengers on current gen people are suffering from, like myself, so there should be some notable benefit. In addition to the delays, Amos also apologized for the troubles Avengers had been suffering for months. Marvel's Avengers fans have been dealing with a lot of turbulence, and we recognize that a number of issues detracted you from enjoying the game. And he's right. I mean, it has its issues. As a thank you to players who have suffered through that launch, Crystal Dynamics is giving all players 1,500 credits, 7,000 units, 250 upgrade modules, 20 DNA keys, those DNA keys come in handy, and a Sarah Garza inspired nameplate. These rewards will be added to your account if you log in between October 22nd and November 5th. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to get my hands on that content. Thank you, Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix. And we're just looking forward to the DLC and the next-gen launches. Speaking of next-gen launches, Xbox Series X and S have their launch lineups. It seems they have a very, very extensive list here with Xbox exclusives and third-party multi-platform offerings. The full list is revealed at Microsoft and denounced what games will support smart delivery, the process by which Xbox players can play the platform-specific versions of each game, even if they play across platforms, as well as what games will be available for the Xbox Games Pass. Now, here's a few to mention here. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, Cuisine Royale, Dead by Daylight, that's a Xbox Pass and Smart Delivery, special edition of Devil May Cry 5, Evergreat, The Falconer, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, Grounded, Manifold Garden, NBA 2K21, Observer, System Redo, Planet Coaster, and Sea of Thieves. Check out that full list at Microsoft.com. Let's speak technical for a moment.
Technically speaking,
Your technological advancements 1.21 gigawatts.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Now, technically speaking, there was a iPhone event this past week, and I'm not gonna rub salt into the. Yeah, I am. First of all, before I even get into the news, Apple, come to the table for a second. How you gonna sell a phone without a charger? Never mind the earbuds, but how you gonna sell a phone without a charger? Samsung would never. LG would never. But I guess you sheep out there are gonna keep buying the iPhone anyway. Moving on. iPhone event 2020, all the news that was announced. Now, the Apple HomePod Mini, it's a pretty dope little machine here. You'll find one driver, 2 passive radiators, and an acoustic waveguide on the bottom. Powering the whole thing is Apple's S5 processor, which is the same chip that was recently announced in the Apple Watch SE. The HomePod uses a processor to dynamically tune itself using computational audio. Using the feature, the HomePod Mini will adjust how loud it is, its dynamic range, and more by measuring how it sounds in your room at 180 times a second. Pretty dope little device there. I think it was retailed at around $299, but I have to check that again. The iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12. Now, if you loved iPhone 4 like I did, you're going to love the iPhone 12. The 12 harkens back to the iPhone's straight edge and squared off design that's not only nostalgic, but it also helps shrink the size of the iPhone 12. Now, according to Apple, the iPhone 12 is 11% thinner, 15% smaller, and 16% lighter. The new iPhone 12 also comes rocking the Super Retina XDR display, Apple's custom OLED display, which we originally saw on the 11 Pro. The screen seems to bring a lot of improvements, mid-range handset including up to 12 nits of brightness, plus Dolby Vision, HLG, and HDR10 support. The screen is also made up of a new ceramic shield glass that claims to be the strongest smartphone screen ever, with a 4% better drop rate performance. As for cameras, the 12 features the same 12 megapixel wide angle and ultra wide cameras as last year's model, but Apple has improved the lens on the main wide angle camera with a new 7-element lens that will apparently drive a 27% improvement in low light shooting. Apple has also introduced Smart HDR3 as well as night mode selfies and time lapses. Last thing, Apple has introduced the magnets to the 12 wireless charging technology and rechristened its MagSafe. It's a whole new line of MagSafe accessories, including magnetically attachable batteries, wireless chargers, and even battery wallets. This is a game changer here. Hopefully this is going to stick around for a while with iPhone. Now, the iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. Now, both models feature the Super Retina XDR displays with a 6.1-inch screen on the Pro and a 6.7 on the Pro Max. Eternally, both iPhones are powered by Apple's new A14 Bionic processor. Pretty powerful thing. The iPhone 12 Pro series is getting Apple's first optical zoom lens, and you'll be able to zoom up to 4 times optically on the iPhone 12 Pro. 12 Pro Max is getting a few camera features over its smaller brother with a 65 mini megapixel equivalent focal telephoto lens up to a 5 times optical zoom, plus the wide angle camera features a 47% large sensor with optical image stabilization. What's more is that you're going to be able to shoot in RAW on the Apple Pro with Apple Pro RAW software. There are also new capabilities to shoot multi-frame rate, on small HDR and shoot movies in either 10-bit HDR or Dolby Vision HDR. The iPhone 12 Pro will stay at a starting price of $999, while the double standard storage, 12GB, and the Pro Max will come in at $1099. Not $10. You know what I mean. All of these are expected to drop around November 6th and November 13th release dates, same day as the Xbox Series X and S. So it looks like Apple and Microsoft are once again going to go head to head on some stuff. Can't wait to see what happens there. But again, no charger? Really? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm about to roll out. Thank you all for listening. Thank you so much for listening. Please, please, please follow the content, subscribe to the content, listen to the content. Let me know what you think about the content. Please visit our website at doyouspeakgeek.com. Follow our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out the YouTube channel. As always, live to play to win to live. I speak geek. Do you speak geek?